Hi everybody. Okay, we are having KFC today. I have not seen you guys in ages. Why do I have 1, 2, 3, 4? I have 6 napkins. I don't need 6. I'll save the rest for later. I haven't seen you guys in ages. We have had something going on at home. I will explain more in a minute. But yeah, life has been crazy over the last couple of weeks. Actually, maybe I have done a video and told you about it. I don't think I have. So if I'm repeating the same story, I'm really sorry, but it's hard to keep up with life at the moment because there's been a lot going on at home. Now, before I tell you all about that, let's talk about what I'm having for lunch. I went to KFC today and picked up one of their original tender flatbread sliders. This is the supercharged one. That's what it looks like. It's just a chicken tender and lettuce and sauce in a flatbread. So it's pretty simple. Supercharged is meant to be very spicy. So we'll see if it is. And then I got a small chips. I didn't get a drink because I was coming straight home. And I normally just drink water. Which also means no more plastic. So why not, right? Okay. So this cost, it's a small fries and an original tender supercharged slider. So it's $2.95 for the slider. I've got the receipt. And then the chips are $2.95. So I've been trying to eat a little bit healthier lately, which, you know, is a bit hit and miss, to be honest. So I'm really looking forward to a bit of a treat today. And KFC was what I decided to go with. Just getting comfy. All right, I'm taking a bite. Are you ready? I'll tell you what the sauce is like. That's really good. Ooh, spicy. Okay, that's easy to eat. I normally like liquid wings or a zinger burger, so I'm really keen on spicy. And at first when I pulled up in the drive-thru, it just said original tender, and I was like, oh, why can't they do it like a spicy version? And then when they said supercharged sauce, that's how I knew it would work out. Okay, I'm going for a chip. KFC chips are always good. Always. They have that nice salt on them, but it's not too much. Yeah, so I've been trying to get a bit healthier, which means small sizes when I order takeout. Unless ordering takeout. I've really just been keeping it simple and trying to up, you know, the amount of veggies that I eat. That's pretty much it. And I know potatoes are veggie, but it's fried. Okay, I'm really hungry, so I'm going to eat first, and then tell you a little bit more about what's been happening. I also have cats eyeing off my lunch, which is kind of creepy. Do you eat these ones? The dark, tiny ones? Or the super crispy ones? Okay. So, a few weeks ago we had a big storm. It was a Monday night, and you know, it was raining. It had been super hot in the afternoon. And then about 7:30 started raining. Maybe 7. And I didn't think much of it when it first started. We had dinner, we'd been for a swim, we had a nice relaxed dinner, the girls were kind of just chilling out and I was getting a little bit of work done on my laptop. And my husband was kind of just like pottering around and doing stuff. And then the rain got heavier and heavier and the wind started to get stronger and stronger. I still wasn't too worried at this point because we had had plenty of storms, including a major one maybe 4 years ago. Anyway, that one was like trampolines were flying out of people's backyards and landing in other people's houses. So I was like, this isn't as bad as then. And we had no damage last time. So, yeah. Anyway, then the lights started flickering. And the kids came into my room where I was working on my laptop and they're like, Mum, I think we've lost power. And I was like, that's fine. We might lose power for a couple of hours with the storm. And then it all just completely went dark. So it had been flickering. It just fully went dark. And then the winds went crazy. Maybe it was the other way around. Winds went crazy and then it went dark. Anyway, so we were lucky because we had some candles. And we also have these little mason jar type solar lamps that I usually pop outside, charge up, and then they kind of create this nice little glow inside in the summer at nighttime. So we had those. I had to replace the batteries in some of them, but anyway, they were working. So between the candles and the solar lamps and the Christmas lights, we have these battery operated Christmas light threads that I put up in the girls' rooms over Christmas. And this was like, you know, mid-November, so I hadn't put them up yet, but I got them out. Luckily, I knew where they were, and we put them up in the girls' room. So even though we had a blackout, their bedrooms were really glowy and cozy. The only lights I had left for my room were the Halloween lights with skeletons on them, but they still worked. So between candles, holiday lights, and solar lamps, we could still see fine. You know, we could go in every room, so it wasn't scary at our house, and our kids aren't really scared of storms. But outside, it was going crazy. So our dogs are well protected. They sleep outside, but they're well protected. They have like covered areas, so they were fine. We weren't worried about them. But then my husband hears this big crash, and he goes outside to check it out. And this is dark by now, right? So you're carrying a torch, you're getting rained on, there's winds all around you. Turns out a really big gum tree at the back of our yard had fallen and had smashed through our back entertainment area, crashed through our barbecue and our pizza oven, ruined the decking, fallen on the chicken coop, crashed all the chicken coop roof in on itself, had just missed another entertainment area in our backyard by like 3 centimeters, that had also taken out the back neighbor's fence. And then he went around the side, to the side of our house, and our house and next door's house, the fence had lost like 2 panels there too. So our dogs and their dogs were like, yay, it's a reunion, we're hanging out together. But we were like, oh, everything's crashing down. So that was dramatic. We didn't know if our chickens had made it, and we couldn't check on them because we couldn't get to the coop because all the trees were down. Plus, it's super dangerous to be out in a storm. Anyway, then the tiles on the top of our house started falling onto our front balcony and smashing. So our house, I don't know, I think it was built in the 70s or the 80s. So we don't have a new roof. We have old tiles on our roof, and they're beautiful. Anyway, some of them basically fell. They got damaged, they got carried away by the wind, and they crashed and broke, which means that we also now have internal damage inside our kitchen and inside our lounge room, like right above, not right above my head, but behind you and up. We have paint peeling, and then you can see where the paint on the ceiling has now peeled away. You can see all this dark patches coming through. So we have some roof damage that needs fixing. We were without power for 3 days total. It was 3 days total we were without power. We had it for a little while in between. And then it kind of went again. No internet, of course. So, oh, and so many trees in our area crashed down on the roads. We couldn't, you know, you could take a few side streets, but you couldn't use any of the main streets in our area. The school lost power, so I didn't even send the kids to school that day. You know, the next morning I think we went to McDonald's for breakfast. So the kids have this memory of it like, oh, it was amazing. You know, we had our Christmas lights up early and we got to have McDonald's and we got the day of school. So they think it was cool, but for us it was a lot more dramatic. Plus, as a parent, you have to keep it all together, right, and be excited about it. Like, oh, this is an adventure. So the good news is, the next day, we realised that all of our chickens had survived and had laid like 13 eggs. But they were just kind of, like, they could still go in the chicken coop, the roof was caved in, so they didn't have as much space, but none of them got hurt. And there was a lot of damage all throughout the neighbourhood. But you know what was really, really nice? Is the way the whole neighbourhood came together to check on each other, to look after pets. If somebody was away, we checked on their pets, to help with the cleanup. People were just kind of chatting about the damage they had. It got people out on the street talking to each other. And our neighbourhood's pretty good like that. We know each other. Kids all tend to play together, so it's good. But this was like a whole nother level of getting to know your neighbours. So that was really nice. You know, we're lucky we have insurance, so we're covered for the damage. The only part I find tricky is some of the damage, like the roof damage internally. Some of it just didn't show up the next day. So when we had assessors come out, they were like, yep, we get a picture of everything. And then a few days later, you can start to see the ceiling damage coming through that you couldn't see on the first day. So there's a bit of back and forth about that. But it's storm damage. And we're insured, so that should cover, you know, replacing the roof, right? Or at least patching up the damaged areas and painting them. So we haven't got that completely sorted yet, but when we have, I'll let you guys know how it went. And if it turns out good, I'll let you know which insurer we're through. Actually, if it turns out bad, I'll let you know anyway. But they have been really helpful so far. So yeah. I haven't been on here for a while because there's a lot of like follow-up stuff now that we've had to do. And we've had some birthdays in the family. End of year stuff for school and work. I'm doing a little bit of side projects. I work from home mainly, but I do the odd little side project here and there that takes me out of the house. And then we had kind of pack up the Halloween, put out the Christmas stuff. Life's just been a little bit busy, but also we've tried really hard to add some chilled time in as well. And I think that's kind of what's kept me away from YouTube. Is it's just, I know we only eat lunch together and we do it once a week, ideally. But the days that I normally have lunch with you suddenly have been busy days. So I haven't had the opportunity to get some lunch and sit down and talk to you guys. And I've really missed you. And I did not want to let it go another 2 years. So here I am with my KFC slider, telling you all about it. Anyway, let's talk about something else. We put our tree up yesterday. Today's the 4th of December. And I'm usually a 1st of December girl. I think we talked about that in our last video. But I just could not get it together this year. It was harder to find the tree, find the lights. It was harder to find time where we were all going to be home and could actually do it. But got the tree up yesterday. Our elves on the shelves, we've got 2. They're back and getting up to some cheeky stuff that I'm posting here and there on Instagram if you want to check it out. We have 2 cats. Lily, who's been with us for years, doesn't care about the Christmas tree, never goes for it. Bob, who was the stray that found us at the start of lockdown, he was living on the streets last Christmas and that was his first Christmas, so I don't think he's ever seen a Christmas tree before, because yesterday when we put it up, he went crazy. He tried to jump into the tree as I was putting the actual tree up and like fixing up all the leaves. He jumped in there and just kind of sat halfway in the tree, right in the middle of it, looking at me. So I had to take him, I never thought I'd say I'd had to take my cat out of a tree. But yeah. Anyway, then I put the lights and the decorations on, and he just was spellbound by it for like half an hour. We were watching a Christmas movie. We've been watching Home Alone and Home Alone 2 with the kids. They've never seen it before. It's been lovely. So I really want to do more Christmas movies where we just have dinner and watch a Christmas movie as a family together. But anyway, while we were watching the movie, Bob was like just sitting under the Christmas tree looking at all the decorations, and I thought, oh, that's so nice. He's going to be so gentle. No, then he realised he could knock a bauble off the bottom and then use it like a soccer ball. Luckily, nothing is glass. Nothing is breakable. Did you hear that? Bob! Bob! Right as I said that, a big crash just happened in the back room. So guys, that's my cue. Lunch is done. I'm going to go and check on Bob. I'm sure he's fine. I think he just got into something, and obviously something that was piled on top of each other got damaged. But I'm going to go check on him and make sure he's okay. Pop this stuff in the recycling. And then get back to my day. So I hope you had a good lunch. I had fun talking with you again. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to talk about next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.